I asked about 10 people to come down and pray with me, and 11 o'clock at night, they all show up at the motel, and within 5 minutes, 2 paddy wagons, a couple cop cars show up to bust us, right? And they're going, "What are you guys doing here?" You know, blah, blah, blah. I said, "Well, we're praying for the place, you know," and the cops go, "Wow, you picked the worst place in Victoria." And I'm like, "Yeah, right on."
Lights so bright. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's make this music flow. Let's take it to another level. Let's show the whole world what they all need to know. Christ is alive and he's coming back for yo. This is the sound of a hurricane. Representing guys who representing no other name. The sound that is passing by. Heaven-bound parade with our hands in the
Welcome. I'm Craig Young, and this is the Going Home Show, a place where we look at people, families, ministries, and churches, and seeing where God is moving through his people.
And ask God to show you how can I encourage this person.
Rami? ¿Dónde está Rami?
There you go.
You show up and there's like 200 kids wanting food, and now you're hot dog day.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. We're back again. Going Home Show. Thank you, Cliff, for coming by. This is gonna be fun because it's about kids. It's about outreach, extreme outreach. All right, here we go. Cliff, talk to us about where this ministry started from.
Okay, well, in 1987 is when I totally got saved and experienced a huge love encounter with God. Mm-hmm. And so from that time period, about 10 years passed, and I was, doing things to straighten out a whole bunch of stuff from the past that I had to clean up. And then, did a little Bible school and stuff, and then I always had a heart for winning souls, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was around 12 years old, I was, I just had a rough experience, and then I was walking down the road and this semi-trailer drives by, and on it said, "Jesus saves." But I could never connect that, with my heart for some reason until years and years later.
But you remembered that.
I always remembered that.
Isn't that something?
And no matter what I was going through, whether I was, really loaded or whatever, going through my struggles, this semi would drive through my mind. Jesus saves, right? So when I got saved, it was like, wow, I'm going to get a semi, cruise the world, win souls, right?
That's the dream.
Totally. So, and I'm a drywaller by trade. So for 20 years I was drywalling, and I just wondered, when's this evangelism going to start, right? I'd still share God with people and stuff. And I was drywalling just down the road from Holiday Court Motel. And this motel kept standing out to me. I was dreaming about it, go to prayer meetings, this thing would flash in my mind. And I asked about 10 people to come down and pray with me, and 11 o'clock at night, they all show up at the motel, and within 5 minutes, 2 paddy wagons, a couple cop cars show up to bust us, right? And they're going, "What are you guys doing here?" Blah, blah, blah. I said, "Well, we're praying for the place, and the cops go, "Wow, you picked the worst place in Victoria." And I'm like, "Yeah, right on." Okay, we're on a roll here.
Yeah, we have to be here.
Yeah, so at about 1 a.m., we're still there. And believe me, there was lots of action happening, right? And this huge desire, just out of the blue, just hits me. No premeditated thought or nothing. Just bam, and I just went, in the name of Jesus, I claim that room right there for outreach. And the next day I go down to the motel guy there, the manager, and I said, "By any chance there any room for rent?" And he goes, "We haven't had a room for a long time, because once the people with addiction get there, they just keep trading it off, and because it's all about making money, dealing drugs and stuff." So anyways, the exact same room I pointed at, room 21, it came due that morning. And when I walked into this room, there was blood spurts everywhere, people doing needles and that kind of stuff, right? Wow. Holes everywhere. The carpet was mold over mold, like it was nasty. And the guy goes, "Well, $400 a month, what do you think?" I went, "I love it, I'll take it," right?
You're just a shrewd negotiator.
Totally. So I said, do you mind if I fix it up a little bit? He said, sure, do whatever you want. So I got rid of the carpet, bed, everything, and I totally filled all the holes, repainted the place, and that's where Extreme Outreach started. And it was just continual worship for the first 3 months. People were coming up to me, what are you doing here? You want some dope? You want some girls? You know, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, nope, that's not why I'm here, you know? And I wasn't sure why I was there, right? I was just blazing a trail of, you know, sharing God somehow, right? So after 3 months being there, I moved in. And that's when everything kind of really started. I started barbecues weekly. The people there knew that they could knock on my door at any time and I'd feed them. So I'd get knocks at 3, 4 in the morning, you know, and I'd be making them a bowl of soup or whatever, right? And it was the most ultimate Bible training you could ever ask for. Like, you can't even pay for stuff like that, right? So I was there for 5 years. And again, it was just crazy, right? But then, you know, after that, it was like after 5 years, the clientele was basically gone because the whole atmosphere was changed and things were changing, right?
Right.
And I'm going, man, what am I going to do now, you know? And so this one teen would sneak across the road from Blanchard Court around Christmas to get a Christmas present because I supplied them all with Christmas presents, right? People at the motel. So that was my only connection over across the road. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go over there and start a barbecue for the youth at the basketball court. I had no idea there was an elementary school there. I was so tunnel visioned on the basketball court, right?
I'm all about the basketball. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, totally. So I go over there, grab my old junky barbecue, throw it in a van, had a few people to help me, and so I started this outreach at the basketball court. And so after about 2 to 3 weeks, I have like 100 to 200 kids lined up, little guys, little tiny guys. I'm going, what is with this? And so it turns out like the teachers would come out, thank you so much for Hot Dog Day. The principal, thank you so much for Hot Dog Day. I had no idea who they were. They had no idea who I was, right? Because someone in the school thought that this person knew what was going on. So it was one of those things. So they'd be announcing Hot Dog Day in the school, and the kids would get so excited.
Oh,
right?
come on now.
And I had no idea this was happening.
Okay, just so you know, this is the first time that I've been hearing these stories, and I'm just like, my goodness. Okay? People better be sharing this. This is awesome.
It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, so now I got this thing happening going, whoa, this is crazy because, you know, working with the addicts for that many years, it was like, man, we got to help these people when they're children, when they're younger, right? And then do more of a prevention thing. And that prevents homelessness, it prevents addiction, and it really saves that next generation, right?
You show up and there's like 200 kids wanting food, and now you're Hot Dog Day. Is it just you, or what does that look like?
For starters, I had about probably 7 of us. But then this youth leader started a youth group the exact same day as my barbecue. So I lost all my helpers, right? And I thought, oh, bummer.
But timing of this.
I had to go anyways, right? I still showed up at the barbecue time, and I had no choice but to have the kids help me. And that was the miracle of it all.
That's
again.
it, right?
Yeah. So to this day,
That makes a lot of sense talking about it now, but
So to this day, I have kids running up, like when you come to a barbecue sometime, you'll see, can I help? Can I help? Can I help? And it totally is the community basically now feeding themselves, where they're not really feeling like, hey, we're in poverty and stuff, right? It's like, you're a great person. And to see these little kids like 5, 6 years old run the whole barbecue, it's quite amazing.
Serious, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I might be the trailblazer of it all.
Yes.
But there's so many people that just come together and make it happen.
Right.
No matter how small the detail is.
Yeah,
You know, it all makes it happen.
Yes. Yes.
Right? You know, like one time I had no money for hot dogs on my hot dog day. And I thought, you know what? And I had no gas. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to jump in, set up like I have everything. So I had this whole thing set up, and my office was somewhere else then, so I thought, I'm just going to stop there, and see, maybe something came in, I don't know, right? So I go there and I stop, and here's a check for $1,000, right? And I just went, woo, yeah, right? So
Hot dog days on.
totally.
Yeah.
And so you have stuff like that, and I've never really used money as a thing that hindered from doing something. Otherwise, I would have quit a long time ago, right? And with the kids, like for instance, coming to camp, camp coming up July, this season, and none of them are expected to pay. Some of the parents can pay a little, right? But again, it's the people coming together to help sponsor kids, to make this happen.
What sort of key points would you say to a young leader or a young couple stepping into ministry together? What are some of the things that you might caution someone on? Or
Well, I think it's finding your roles, which is very important. And Leandra and I are still working on that, because she's a real, she's got her master's, some degree at university, right? Child and youth care or something, right? So 5 years of that, right? And I'm like grade 9 dropout from Belmont School, right? So there's quite a difference, you're talking extreme opposites, right? And she's an amazing singer, worship leader, right? And a really good teacher in the Word, right? So it's like, okay, so it's finding where you belong, where you're suited best, right? And it's like when she comes, she does all the music, for the kids and leads them in worship, and it's an awesome fit that way. But once we start crossing each other's areas, it's like sparks are flying, right? Whatever, right? And you got to work out those details, and but it's I continually think of it's a great opportunity to learn to love, right? Because love is so deep, it doesn't end, right? There's always opportunities to grow and to love more, right?
because it seems like whenever it gets tough, like in hearing a bit of the stories that you have, it comes from a cheerful spirit almost, like just in just talking to you and stuff. Is that important in the ministry that you do?
It is, yeah, it is. It's like there's serious times, but I don't like them, right? My favorite times is when I'm having fun, no matter what it is. And to always look for that opportunity, like I can judge a person pretty easy, like all of us can, but it's like get that mask off, and ask God to show you how can I encourage this person, and I guarantee you'll get a good word of encouragement for them, right? Yeah. So
That's cool.
I know my wife, she says, because when I really get hit maybe a down moment, or there's extra battles on the horizon, whatever it is, I will start giving stuff away until the battle stops, right? And then I start feeling so much, peace as I'm doing it. Like a person will come with a different need or whatever it may be. It's really awesome to be able to give cars away, at times, or give them away at a cheaper price, as people donate them, right? But my wife will go, "Where's that thing? Did you give that away?" Right? Not to think, oh, did I give that away? Right? So, but it's amazing when you give, because one rule of thumb is you never give to get, because then you've just diffused the whole thing. You just give to give, right? For me, even though you're out there, you're feeding the homeless, you're helping this person, or whatever it may be, it's like, I can get weak in my relationship with God because I've been consumed by outreach, and I'm out there do, but I'm not filling the vessel, and that's when I really notice my life, it's like halt, hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Am I any of those four things? And when I'm hungry, oh man, look out. Angry, lonely, or tired, it's like, okay, stop, wait, don't hesitate, right? And you know, and when I do that, when I halt, go into God, get refreshed, renewed, I mean, it's like this. But when I don't stop, you know, oh man, here's an example. I'm driving down the road and I got the bumper sticker, right? Jesus changed my life, right? And I'm drywalling, right? And I'm whipping to a job site, you know, and I'm probably hungry, angry, and lonely and tired all at the same time, right? And I cut this guy off by accident, right? And he's yelling at me, ah, rah, 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 right? I'm my head out the window yelling back at him, right? And he gets beside me and goes, Jesus really changed your life, eh? And I said, yeah, he did. You should have saw me before, right? And we started laughing, both of us, right? And you know, it just showed me, you know. And see, I gotta get out of the office. I go crazy.
Oh, you do.
Okay, Armani, take care. Make sure everybody has gloves.
So there we go, an extreme version of Going Home. And thank you for the stories. Thank you for just sharing your heart. One last question. Cliff, where are you going?
Going home.